1 in 10 deaths from infectious disease are directly caused by obesity. Think about that. We're not talking about metabolic issues here. We're talking about a fundamental collapse of your immune system's ability to fight off pathogens. How many people do you think realize their weight is making them vulnerable to infections that could kill them?
Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Hello and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. It's a connection most people have never made. When we talk about obesity, the conversation usually centers on heart disease, diabetes, fatty liver disease. Those are the metabolic complications everyone focuses on. But a major study published in the Lancet just revealed something far more alarming about how excess body fat directly undermines your body's ability to defend itself against pathogens.
The numbers are staggering. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 73.6% of American adults over 20 years old are overweight or obese. That means nearly 3/4 of our adult population is carrying excess body fat that's actively weakening their immune defenses, and we're paying a massive price for it. $1.4 trillion annually in health expenses.
The research shows that obesity creates a fundamentally compromised immune state. When you have excess adipose tissue, it causes chronic low-grade inflammation throughout your entire body. This inflammation alone damages your immune system's ability to mount an effective response against its pathogens. The body becomes less efficient at fighting infections because the immune cells themselves are being altered by the metabolic dysfunction that obesity creates.
That's the key insight here. Excess adipose tissue doesn't just sit there doing nothing, it actively changes how your immune cells behave. The tissue alters immune cell function in ways that make your body less effective at recognizing and destroying pathogens. It's like your immune system is trying to fight with one hand tied behind its back.
One of the most striking findings is that when your body mass index climbs above 30, your mortality risk from respiratory infections, bloodstream infections, and surgical site infections jumps dramatically. These aren't rare conditions. Respiratory infections affect millions of people every year. Surgical site infections are a major concern after any procedure. Bloodstream infections can develop from virtually any breach in your body's defenses. Obesity amplifies the danger from all of them.
And there's another mechanism at play that researchers identified. Adipose tissue actually serves as a reservoir for certain pathogens. Think about that. Excess fat tissue becomes a storage facility where pathogens can hide and replicate. Your body has a harder time eliminating the infection because the pathogen has this protected space to survive in. It's like an invading army finding a fortified position to dig in.
The immune response itself becomes impaired in multiple ways. One critical function that suffers is antibody production. Antibodies are your body's targeted weapons against specific pathogens. When you're obese, your body produces fewer antibodies and they're less effective at neutralizing threats. Your entire immune response, from initial recognition of pathogens to elimination, is compromised by excess body fat.
Let's put some numbers to this. 1 in 10 deaths from infectious disease are attributable to obesity. That means if there are 100,000 deaths from infectious diseases in a year, 10,000 of those are directly caused by obesity. That's not a small fraction. That's not a minor health factor. That's a massive driver of mortality that most people have never even considered.
And the economic burden is staggering. The billions of dollars being spent on treating obesity-related infectious disease deaths adds yet another layer to the healthcare cost crisis. But here's what's important. This burden isn't inevitable. The research itself points to a solution. Weight management could prevent a significant portion of infectious disease mortality. We're not talking about impossible genetics or conditions beyond your control. We're talking about the power of maintaining a healthier body weight through dietary choices, movement, and lifestyle changes that anyone can begin today.
What strikes me about this research is how it reframes the urgency of addressing obesity. When most people think about losing weight, they think about appearance, energy levels, or maybe reducing their risk of diabetes down the road. But this Lancet study adds an immediate life or death dimension to the conversation. If your excess body fat is actively suppressing your immune system right now, then every day you carry that weight is a day your defenses are compromised against infections circulating in your environment. The connection that Dr. Mercola and researchers have been exploring is exactly why this matters so much. For years, the metabolic complications of obesity have been studied extensively. Everyone knows obesity increases risk of heart disease and diabetes, but the immune dysfunction caused by obesity has received far less attention, even though the consequences are potentially just as severe. You can have a heart condition and manage it, but if your immune system fails you, you're vulnerable to infections that can be fatal.
This research emphasizes something fundamental about how your body works. Your immune system isn't separate from your metabolic health. They're interconnected. When you have excess adipose tissue, every system in your body is affected, including the systems responsible for protecting you against pathogens. The inflammation alone is damaging enough. The immune cell dysfunction adds another layer of compromise. The fact that pathogens can use fat tissue as a reservoir creates yet another vulnerability.
The timing of this research is significant. We live in a world where infectious diseases remain a major threat to human health. Every year, respiratory infections, bloodstream infections, and other pathogens take millions of lives globally. The research showing that obesity amplifies mortality risk from these infections means we have actionable information. We can actually do something about this. Weight management isn't just cosmetic, it's fundamental immune defense.
What makes this study particularly powerful is that it quantifies the impact precisely. 1 in 10 infectious disease deaths. That's not speculation. That's not theory. That's research-backed data from the Lancet. The mechanism is clear. Obesity impairs immune function through chronic inflammation and alters how immune cells function. The consequences are measurable in terms of increased mortality from specific infections, including respiratory, bloodstream, and surgical site infections.
And importantly, this isn't about shame or judgment. This is about understanding how your body actually works. If you're carrying excess body fat, your immune system is operating at reduced capacity. That's not moral judgment. That's biology. It's measurable, it's documented, and it's reversible. You have the power to change it.
The pathway forward is clear from the research. Weight management has been shown to prevent a significant portion of infectious disease mortality. That means if you're in a higher BMI category, taking steps toward a healthier weight isn't just going to reduce your heart disease risk or your diabetes risk. It's going to strengthen your immune system's ability to fight off infections. It's going to make you more resilient against pathogens that could otherwise be fatal.
The connection between body composition and immune resilience is one of the most actionable areas of health research available today. Unlike genetic risk factors you cannot change, body weight is modifiable. Every step toward a healthier weight strengthens your immune defenses against the pathogens that claim hundreds of thousands of lives each year. This is not abstract science. This is personal and practical information that could save your life or the life of someone you love.
For comprehensive information about how obesity affects your immune function and what you can do about it, visit Mercola.com. Dr. Mercola has compiled detailed articles exploring the latest research on obesity and infectious disease mortality, plus practical strategies for weight management that strengthen your body's natural defenses. Your immune system deserves to be at full strength, and the science shows you have the ability to make that happen. Head to Mercola.com today to take the first step toward building the immune resilience your body needs. Thank you for listening to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. See you in the next episode.
Looking for trusted health wisdom you can hold in your hands? Discover the life-changing books of Dr. Mercola at joyhousepublishing.com. These titles bring decades of natural health research into practical steps for better energy, stronger immunity, and clearer thinking. Take charge of your health with guidance rooted in science and experience. Visit joyhousepublishing.com now and claim your bonuses while they are available.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.